Anthony Mwaura is raising a very critical question: why leaders are decamping from UDA to other parties. Anthony Mwaura is the chairman of the National Elections Board of UDA party. And I want to answer that question by a very straight answer. First, the defections are not only being witnessed at UDA, but there are also defections from ODM and from Jubilee to other parties. Let us just try to pick a bit. From this one came in the wake of the defection, the latest defection of Sirisia MP John Waluhe, who trooped back to Jubilee Party, and the two, I think, leaders from Turkana, who also went back to Jubilee Party. But let me also remind Anthony Mwaura that ODM party also lost one of the longest serving senior member of ODM party. Professor Ngeri decamped from ODM to DAPK, seeking the Kisii seat, governor seat. And also in Western, ODM party lost Kutima, who was the deputy, Paranya's deputy, who has also gone to DAPK. So this is the season where politicians are hoping and are moving from one party to the other. But then, according to Anthony Mwaura, it seems that there are forces behind that. And I want to look at why this is becoming a worry on that side. Now, if you look at Standard, me, I say on Sundays, I spend a lot of time in the newspaper. If you look at this story here, this is the story, I captured this from this story. It's saying, defections rock UDA in Mount Kenya, Western, and Rift. It's an article that was done by Openda and Robert Kiplagat, Joseph Openda and Robert Kiplagat. This was Nation. And if you read that article, there are very legitimate questions that they are raising. But I don't know why they are really worried, because this is something that is happening. But we are going to look into that. Ruto laid a trap. The UDA party laid a trap to ANC party. And part of that trap was I don't know that it was a trap, but it was an agreement. And I captured that in that article, that because ANC and Ford Kenya are supporting Dr. William Samoei Ruto for presidency unequivocally, unconditionally, DP Ruto's party UDA was not supposed to field candidates in Western in an arrangement that is being touted in the political spaces as regional zoning. And this makes me remember Raila Odinga spoke about it. I think it was in Wajir rally, the last rally he held before he flew. And he mentioned that they're not going to zone areas. They will just allow parties to field candidates. Then areas that are highly contested, where they feel that if their candidates clash, the competitor is likely to go with that seat, that's where they're going to put it. Now, in this article, Johnson Sakaja is saying that the technical the report from the technical committee is ready, and the principals are supposed to meet probably on Wednesday next week. That will be on 23rd. And according to it, is that there is an agreement for these parties to field candidates. So, before Anthony Mwaura comes out and complains, is there truth that there was that? And someone should actually help us understand. Now, my worry is this, or my question is this. Didmus Baraza, Boni Khalwale, would they decamp from UDA to ANC or to Ford Kenya to go and seek those positions? Or what is the fate of those aspirants that were in UDA? Now, if that happened and Mudavadi joined UDA alone, because almost 70% of leaders from Western did not migrate with Mudavadi. Now, who are these candidates that if the Kenya Kwanza does the party zoning, who are these candidates that are going to vie with ANC? Was it a wider scheme to make sure that these members of parliament converge and troop back to ANC so that Musalia Mudavadi will be made strong and will be given the running mate? I'm taking it too far and I'll not go beyond that. Now, those are just questions that I'm just trying to think about. Now, and this article is really capturing it clearly about Didmus Baraza and Boni Khalwale. They have not agreed between Khalwale and Malala who is going for the governor, who is going for the senator, or they are still, or all of them are going to squat out in the ballot. That is something right there. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at something here. And I just want to mention what the grounds that UDA are putting that is bringing these defections. And according to them, Mount Kenya and Kisii and Nyamira are being UDA campaigns are being interfered with by the state. And these are some of the things that are bringing, let's say, these wrangles within the UDA party. Let's just face what they're saying. One, Anthony Moro is saying that the government is using fake opinion polls to convince the leaders to leave UDA to other parties and to interfere with the UDA by sponsoring fake opinion polls. I dare ask. So, opinion polls can even be done in Twitter? Can't they even commission their own opinion poll? That is it. And are all those opinion polls sponsored by government? That's a question. Number two, trumped up crimes. For example, here is the Mithika Linturi Madwadwasla. He's actually saying that some of the candidates in UDA are being targeted with crimes that do not exist, or they're just crafted crimes so that they can be pushed to the corridors of the courts. That is something that the Anthony Mwaura is talking about. Thirdly, he's also saying that the tax evasion claims. Now, are the tax evasion claims exclusive? I don't know. Are they exclusive on that side? Because this is something that has been occurring and reoccurring. Then lastly, aspirants are being paid to leave UDA. I have seen the president in the public, and I just want to ask a question. One of the biggest defectors, I think the latest defector from UDA is Waluke, if I'm not wrong. So Waluke is facing some corruption case. Do you want to believe that President Uhuru Kenyatta would pay Waluke that they come from UDA to come to Jubilee Party? There is something that is there. And that is why I said that the answer is very clear. The first is the defections are not just exclusive from UDA. Even other parties are decamping. Even aspirants are decamping from other parties. And they better face the reality. The truth of the matter here is the giant in the house is nominations. The giant in the house is nomination. That is why ODM is seeing these defections. Immediately, the National Elections Board announced that they had done their scientific research and their candidates that are going to be given direct tickets. One of those candidates is Anyang' Nyong'o, Kisumu, Simbarati, Kisii. Yeah, I think so far, and and others. So, and immediately after that, Gumbo decamped to David Ocheng's party in Siaya. That is it Party of Growth and Movement of Growth and Development, something. Then Dalmas Otieno also decamped from ODM, went to Jubilee, seeking Migori gubernatorial seat. The giant in the house is nomination. Both sides. This is a headache both to ODM and Azimio. But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Why defections from UDA to other parties is worrying UDA. or let's face it, is worrying Deputy President William Samoei Ruto. If you're watching this video, I want to say kindly take a second and subscribe, and also click the notification bell. Then I want to say shout out to one gentleman, Osotsi. I think I need to get the name right. He's called Osotsi. Yeah, Osotsi. Thank you very much. I just saw his analysis, his point on my first analysis I did on Ethical Lenturi, and I just pointed that out. Then also I also want to say big shout out and thank you very much to Michelle. People who also reach out through WhatsApp and just say a word. Yes, it's called Osotsi Tom. Thank you very much, brother, for your support. And also Michelle, and also want to give shout out to Mburu, Patrick, and Gideon. Now let's go and look at why this issue is a worry to Deputy President. When leaders they come from UDA to other parties, there is a narrative that is gaining ground, and the narrative that UDA is opposition and Azimio is government. Now, I can assure you that this is not the kind of narrative that Deputy Presidents want to hear now. So when these defections happen, and they happen like daily, repeatedly, the thing is, if you listen to the way ODM, the Jubilee Party and ODM are talking, they're talking, look here, when you join Raila Odinga team, you're not just joining to win that elective seat, but you're joining the government. And that have rejuvenated even the voters. So this is why it is worrying, because that narrative will get. The leaders that are going to Azimio are saying, we are going to Azimio because we want to be in government, we don't want to be in opposition. When that narrative sinks, it will be a biggest headache to UDA. Number two is UDA is losing popular candidates. That's why Deputy President is worried. In this election, you need popular candidates, because when you get popular candidates, you can easily campaign through them in those areas. For example, in Waluke, in Sirisia, Waluke is the most popular candidate there. So if you look at the Western team, Washali, Wanyama, Baraza, Bumula, the Mabonga, the Bumula MP, the most popular candidate in Sirisia was Waluke. And that will be a worry to Deputy President and the UDA party. So that is why they are stuck. That is really bringing an issue to them. Then, some defectors might leak secrets to the enemy. Some of these leaders have been in UDA. For example, someone like Didmus Baraza. Didmus Baraza has been in UDA and is a very close friend to Oscar Sudi. And I believe there is those classified information that these people have, or some tactics that they lay down, because even if tactics are done at the national level, but they're implemented down here. So the UDA is worried that if these leaders leave the party, they might join Azimio and share some of these tactics or some secrets as of 2022 politics is going on. I want to believe there is something that Washeli can have, that Didmus Baraza can know, that might not be, that Deputy President might not want the other side to know. So the issue of political secret is there. They can go the other side and be planted as moles. Lastly, the defections will portray the UDA as an undemocratic party. And this is something that ODM has been going through. And I want to agree with Martha Karua that when they are a huge party, the biggest headache for a big political party is nominations or getting candidates on ballot, because there are a lot of interest. So UDA is United Democratic Alliance. So the D there stands for democracy. So people leave because of direct nominations. They will go and say the party preferred candidate X. In the long run, the perception on ground is that UDA is undemocratic party. Ladies and gentlemen, defections are everywhere. But why are they worried about people leaving UDA?